Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 6 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Border Patrol returns to a North Spokane family's home a second time, and this time makes an arrest. It happened Tuesday on the family's front lawn. A video that went viral in February shows the first time Border Patrol went to their home and spoke with the family's roommate. The most recent encounter actually led to the arrest of Martin Diaz. In an effort to bring you more to every story, we took a dive into Diaz's past and shed a light on why Border Patrol was looking for him in the first place. KREM 2's Christian Garza spoke with Diaz's wife about the steps they have taken for close to a decade to try to get Diaz legal status.
I'm on Glass Avenue right now at the scene of a viral video that shows the moments leading up to the arrest of Martin Diaz as he ran across his yard to get away from Border Patrol agents. They ended up arresting him right here outside of his fence.
This Ring doorbell footage shows the moment Border Patrol arrested Martin Diaz, a man they've been looking for months.
I felt like violently sick.
Back in February, Diaz's wife Kendall was there when Border Patrol came knocking the first time.
Are you married?
It's none of your business.
But this time, she wasn't home.
They came here on Tuesday. They had followed him to work. When he realized that he was being followed, he turned around, he came home.
Diaz can be seen jumping out of his car, attempting to get into his backyard before Border Patrol tackles him. Booking records show he was taken to Kootenai County Jail.
I don't know if he's safe, and I don't know when I'm going to see him again.
Diaz and his family have been working for close to 20 years to get his visa and believed they had a solution.
He should be able to gain status from our marriage.
His wife says when they got married back in 2019, they filed an I-130. But Kendall says due to a mix-up with their mailing address, they had to refile years later. The petition was approved last year. The United States Citizenship and Immigration Services website says an I-130 petition is filed by someone who is a legal citizen and shows proof of a qualifying relationship with an eligible relative to apply for permanent residence. However, despite filing or approval, the petition does not give anyone immigration status or benefit. So now the question is, why hasn't Diaz been able to get the ball rolling on his visa application?
Because of his criminal record from 17 years ago, we're unable to do that.
Diaz has 2 criminal charges on file, an assault from when he was a teenager and one back in 2017 for criminal mischief. Kendall says since that first charge, he's had an order for removal on his record, and he's been detained around 3 different times.
He has made mistakes. It doesn't make him a bad person.
As of Friday, Diaz is still in Kootenai County Jail.
This is my husband's home. He's been here since he was a year and a half. People want to send him back to a country he's never been to.
As the Diaz family continues to fight for Martin to come home, his wife tells me that the end goal for Martin is citizenship. She says that's something he's been working towards since he was 18. In North Spokane, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
Right now, a federal judge has extended the block on Idaho House Bill 83, also known as the Immigration Cooperation and Enforcement Act. This bill would allow local law enforcement to ask about immigration status and document that status when someone is either accused of or being investigated for a crime. That information can then be shared with ICE. The law also creates a new felony crime for anyone bringing an undocumented immigrant into Idaho. Shortly after Governor Brad Little signed it into law, the American Civil Liberties Union filed a class action lawsuit against it.
A few other states have tried to pass legislation like this, and it's been blocked in every case. So in Texas, Oklahoma, Iowa, and Florida, there are similar laws that have all been blocked. So we think that Idaho passed a law that is clearly unconstitutional, and we think that it's not a good use of anyone's time or resources.
Stay in place while that lawsuit works its way through the court system. All right, switching gears, Bloomsday is here. Thousands are headed downtown to pick up their race packets. Our chief meteorologist, Jeremy DeGoo, is live at the Bloomsday Trade Show tonight, talking all things Bloomsday and the forecast. Jeremy?
Mark, I got some bad news, man. We're no longer at 80 degrees. We dipped back into the 70s. It's 79 degrees outside, which is still actually really, really great. So park far away from the trade show and walk in. You got another hour to get down here and get your bib, kind of do the Bloomsday trade show thing. But let's get you the forecast because I only have about a minute left. When it comes to our temperatures, we are still at 79 degrees in Spokane. You cross the state line, sure, it's a little cooler, but like we talked yesterday, temperatures in the 70s is awesome. And when it comes to those 70s, if you hit 80 degrees, you spend a giant chunk of your day in the 70s, and that's where we currently are in eastern Washington and North Idaho. Tomorrow winds up cooler, winds up cloudier, and it winds up a little bit rainy. That rain looks to hit right about in the middle of the day and then work its way out. By tomorrow afternoon, we're back to clouds and temperatures trending a little bit cooler. It's not that bad, but it is a change from where we've been. As we move from tomorrow into Sunday, it looks like the next wave of moisture does trend more into the mountains. So that means we don't have that same battle to contend with that we might have had with some of the rain come Sunday. So things are looking pretty good. Let's talk the 3-day. It's beautiful out, 66 degrees tomorrow with those scattered showers in the middle of the day. Still think we see a couple of peaks of sunshine. Sunday we'll see increasing sunshine when you're running around 50 degrees. So dress for 50 and clouds. By the afternoon, we are back up in the 60s with sunshine by the time it goes down, and the sun returns in a big way next week.
Good advice right there, Jeremy. Thank you very much. For the first time in 12 years, the College of Cardinals will gather in Vatican City to elect a new pope. And as KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy explains tonight, one of those conclave leaders has a tie to Spokane.
There will be a Spokane connection when Cardinals from the world over meet next Wednesday to begin that voting process.
How are you today?
Cardinal Blaise Cupich will be in the conclave. Many may recognize him as a former bishop at the Diocese of Spokane. Cupich served as bishop from 2010 to 2014 when he was appointed by Pope Francis to lead the third largest diocese in the nation in Chicago.
I resolve to serve faithfully the spiritual needs of this local church.
Cupich was reportedly a close ally of the Holy Fathers, and in 2016, Pope Francis named him a cardinal. He was later appointed to the college that will now name Francis's successor. As the senior-most clergy in the Catholic Church behind the Pope, cardinals under 80 years old are eligible electors in the conclave. Cupich is one of 133 able to vote for the next pontiff. The conclave begins May 7th. There are reports it should be a short process. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.